I'm Scout with 3 guns down, and we are going to break down the Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer reveal. Alright, so Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer reveal, just ended up watching it. It's pretty cool. I'm only going to be playing the trailer over and over because I'm not so sure I can use footage from the live stream for copyright purposes. Of course, everything is Infinity Ward's property, so I'm only going to be playing the trailer over and over and the little tidbit they showed there at the end. So, what do we know so far? I'm going to break this down piece by piece by piece by piece. We're going to start with classes, customization, character customization, kill streaks, everything out of game, not in game that you customize, of course. So we know that you get squads of soldiers. You can have up to 10 soldiers. You will have male or female soldiers. Possible facial editing. There was a face option there, but there's gender, head, helmet, uniform, patch, background, and clan tag, all of which you can edit on your character. Didn't really get to see whether there was or was not facial editing. You'll get 10 characters like this that you can edit with their own classes on them, and each soldier can prestige once, and you get to keep everything. However, the interesting thing they said was when you are unlocking equipment and weapons and things like that, you can unlock something at the very end of the game. You don't have to wait, level up and wait to unlock it. To unlock it, you can just unlock it and spend your squad points to unlock it immediately. Let's get into the weapons. These are all the weapons I could confirm from the trailer and the gameplay. What looked like an 870 shotgun, although it may be named something else. We have the SC210, the Honey Badger, the AK-12 CZ805 Bren, what looked like the R5 AOP, it was half covered, I couldn't completely tell, the M505, the Rock 160, and the FAD is of course coming back. That's our assault rifles. The submachine gun, we have the Vector, the CBJ-MS, the MTAR X, the BZART or BZTET, is BZART or BZTET. The Viper, it's VEPR, it's the Viper. Viper is probably what people are going to call it, and the K7. Those are our submachine guns. Our secondaries, we have the P226, the 44 mag, the Kester, which is a grenade launcher, the MK32, which is a grenade launcher, the Panzer Faust, which is a launcher or a grenade launcher, the MP443 Grach, which is a pistol, and the M9A1, which is another pistol. The snipers we can confirm are the L115 and the SVU. Lethals that we can confirm are our Simtex, canister grenade, frag, IED, C4, and throwing knife. Now, the IED kind of works like a trip mine or land mine. You can stick it to walls or grounds or ceilings or whatever, and it activates when somebody walks in front of it. The shoddy, we have the MTS 255, possibly an 870, and possibly an S12. That's what two I saw that looked like, but the MTS 255 is definitely guaranteed. For non-lethals, we have the 9-bang. Now, it's really interesting. We saw the 9-bang in MW3, but we never actually got to see it in the multiplayer. Now we are seeing it in the multiplayer. So we do have the 9-bang. We have a concussion grenade, smoke grenade, trophy system, motion sensor, and thermobaric grenade. By the way, the canister grenade in lethals, it looks just like some kind of explosive they throw short range. He popped the top on it and he tossed it like that, so it looks kind of interesting. There are 35 perks in total, now getting into the perk system, and you will have 8 perk points to start out. However, you can get rid of your secondary, lethals, and non-lethals to have up to 11 perk points possible. The perks are categorized as speed, handling, stealth, awareness, resistance, equipment, and elite. Now, the speed, handling, awareness, stealth, resistance, and equipment, we can pretty much all assume what we know those are going to be in. The elite, though, I'm not sure if you unlock them through Call of Duty Elite or whether you unlock them through clan status, which we're going to get into clans here in a second. Kill streaks, there's going to be the Juggernaut Maniac, which is a Juggernaut that's a little bit faster and stabs people. The Odin Strike, which is essentially, I think, our new nuke or a Moab, and it can change dynamically the entire environment. There's an iteration of the Dragonfire, and he got a he got a helo, like a challenge, or you know, you get a mark for however many kills you get with this, and it was called a helo pilot. But it looks like an iteration of the Dragonfire with a grenade launcher. We are going to get to call in Riley as a guard dog. He growls when enemies are near and he attacks them. It looks like there was a chopper gunner or a controlled chopper, like the one from Black Ops 1. You can control it and swing it around the map and shoot with it. It looks like that was there. There's also going to be a Juggernaut with Death Machine. OP much. And there's going to be a Helo Scout, which you get to ride around in a helicopter with a sniper rifle and shoot people. I'm wondering if people can actually shoot you out of that and how effective that one's actually going to be. They are bringing back Assault Support and Specialist Streaks. Support Streaks are much more non-lethal now, and Streaks are less air-based and more ground-based this time around, although there still are air-based Streaks. The UAV is actually a ground-based streak. You place it around the map, you can like hide it from people and they can find it and take it off. You of course do earn kill streaks by kills and objective score points. As I said, support is much less lethal. Another thing I was looking at when we were looking at weapons, it might be possible to have 4 attachments on one weapon. I saw one where he had an ACOG, a red dot, a grip, and what looked like where he had a suppressor, a flash suppressor, and what looked like FMJ or some type of explosive round. However, I'm probably going to say FMJ, as explosive rounds would be OP as shit. New game modes. Cranked is basically team deathmatch, but when you get a kill, you get a 30-second timer. You get faster, you have quicker ADS and quicker reload speed. However, you only have 30 seconds to get another kill until you explode. So, no more camping in that game mode, at least, anyway, which is very much appreciated, and you'll probably see me playing it a lot. Search and rescue, which is like search and destroy, except when your other partners or team members die, they drop a dog tag. If your enemy picks this up, they're out from the round. If you pick it up, they're back in for the round. So that's going to be interesting. Tremor zone, which I'll actually get to in a minute. It's a little tidbit they left out at the end. And then there's squad versus squad. Now, when you pick a character, you're going to build 10 characters you're going to have, right? Okay, so we have 10 characters. That's your squad. You can have your squad versus other squads, and you want to build your squad well. So your squad versus other squads can possibly gain you experience, and you can go squad v squad, you versus somebody else with their squad, or your squad AI can go get somebody else's squad AI offline. Which is going to be interesting, to say the least. I wonder how they're going to do that, where they're actually going to have just AI on a server. There's also apparently co-op squad v squad. The game modes were War Games, Safeguard, Infinite, Safeguard, and Squad Assault. Now let's talk about some of the things we saw in-game that I thought were pretty cool. They're going to have changing environment, not changing, they're not dynamic. By no way are they dynamic, but they're changing maps. Basically, you know, you have to learn what a map is, what a map does, or what a map is, but now you have to learn what a map does. Which is the interactable environments, things you can and can't destroy, what kill streaks do what. Odin strikes seem to have a very destructible potential to completely rearrange the environment, so we will see about that. Best example is the gas tank in the trailer that explodes and then falls over on somebody. Another cool thing is now they have dual rendering objectively, so when you're looking down a scope, it's going to render what you're looking at down the scope, and it's going to render what else is in your peripheral vision. And that's based off a bunch of new technology I could bore you to death with, but I'm not going to bother. It's just cool now that you're going to see down the scope, and you're going to have peripheral vision as well. There are no more death streaks, which of course is a very, very, very welcomed thing. I think everybody was getting really tired of death streaks, and, you know, it's just, they needed to be gone. Now, the last thing we're going to look at is Tremor Zone, which is this little tidbit snippet they left at the end of the trailer, which you'll keep seeing here. And it has somebody running into a portal. Basically, what I got from this is that it's a game type where there are going to be 2 portals. And these 2 portals, basically to win, you're going to have to get teammates into your enemy portal, and they have to get people into your portal. So you're going to have people that set up as defense on the portals and people that run at the portals. Interesting thing to think about this, though, is that they don't usually pull stuff in for multiplayer just for the sake of having it there. 90% of the time it comes from the storyline or the campaign. So what in the hell is going to be from the campaign that has to do with portals in a Tremor Zone? I'm guessing this is going to air to the storyline that we are going to have some type of portals involved in this, obviously, and like some mastermind creating earthquakes throughout the world, which has sent this into like a World War III. That's just my guess on it, but whatever. You know, beforehand, I'm not a huge fan of Call of Duty. I do play it just to, you know, whatever with friends, it's fun. But this, I was giving Call of Duty Ghosts a 10 to 15% chance to really revitalize Call of Duty as a genre and bring it back in people's eyes so they weren't getting tired of it. We've had the same engine from Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 2. That's the exact same engine, guys. They've learned new tricks to make it look better here and there, but it's been the exact same engine for the last 4 years. So to finally get a new engine is great. It still has nothing on Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 or Crysis 3, but it is nice to get a new engine. Their new sound design engine is absolutely great. Sound, just from watching the live stream, it sounded amazing, so I cannot imagine what it would sound like with a pair of Astros on my head. That'll be awesome. But needless to say, with all these improvements, I'm still not completely convinced this is a complete revitalization that Call of Duty needs to stay alive and in the game. Think of this, Guitar Hero had a huge run, majorly successful by Harmonix, but they kept making them and kept making them and kept making them until they made Guitar Hero Rock of Ages or Metallica version or whatever, and that was the last one they made, and it sold like 100,000 copies within the first month, and that was it. And that's major loss on profits there. So I still think there will be a time, if they continue to push Call of Duty like this, that we will see this happen. We will see Call of Duty die. We're seeing World of Warcraft die. We saw Guitar Hero die. Halo is dying. That's a whole nother subject, though. There is one thing I didn't hear that I really needed to hear from them. Dedicated servers. Now, there is a rumor that all games on the Xbox One will have dedicated servers. But, look, it needs dedicated servers in general. Battlefield's been doing it. Halo's going to be doing it. Titanfall's doing it. Several first-person shooter games that are coming out, or shooter games in general that have a competitive or online or multiplayer aspect, have dedicated servers. They have to, because they have a persistent online thriving world. For Call of Duty to not have dedicated servers, I think is a major problem. Especially if you look at some of my other videos, that was on Halo, and the networking in Halo they've devised is terrible, but it's not that good in Call of Duty either. Call of Duty is maybe slightly better, but it's still not very good. I'm sure many of you have seen ridiculous hit detection where you're shooting a wall to the left of the guy and it's, you know, hitting him. We all know about the magic bullet getting shot around a corner. We all know that you watch a kill cam and that's not what happened. You shot first. You knifed him, but it doesn't matter. He has better latency, he has better connection to host, whatever it is. Dedicated servers are absolutely needed in Call of Duty when this game is not wholly, but very largely based on reflexes and some strategy, but combat 1-to-1, a lot of it's based on reflexes. And so when somebody has a half a second advantage on you, that's pretty massive when your reflexes happen in 1/10 of a second. So not hearing dedicated servers was extremely disappointing for me. Beforehand, like I said, I was giving this a 10 to 15% chance to really revitalize Call of Duty as an industry that we needed. I'm giving it like a 40% chance now. 60% that it still won't, but it definitely has made it look a lot better in some areas, slightly weaker in others. But they have done a lot of things right. They brought over the Pick 10 system with their own iteration on it from Black Ops. They've got 35, perks, more ground-based kill streaks, finally a new engine, better sound system. They're just not taking the really key and pivotal steps I think they need to, like dedicated servers. That's pretty much it for me. I'm Scout with 3 Guns Down. What are your thoughts on the Call of Duty series as a whole and Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer reveal? Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. That button's also over there. Unless this is inverted and I just look like an idiot pointing to the right side of the screen. I hope not. Anyway, Scout with 3 Guns Down. Check out the links in the description below. That's our Facebook, our Twitter, and our Twitch. Always streaming, or try to anyway. And I'll see you guys later.